Come with me. It's a simple test, a simple task, a simple activity. You're gonna like it. Okay. Let's do the feeding for my sourdough that I'm growing for my sister. Sister name is Yaritza. We call her Yari. This is it. Let's see how it goes. It's doing well. Look, it has some hooch. I'm gonna discard that. I'm gonna feed it. And my plan is to deliver this in my spring break, which is April. My sister lives in Georgia, like 20 minutes from Atlanta. So I'm growing this beautiful sourdough from Esperanza. This is the 4th generation. So I'm trying to grow it healthy. I'm gonna try to feed it today. I'm gonna see if it's growing. I'm gonna discard the hooch. And if it grows well, I'm gonna bake with it to confirm that it's a good sourdough starter. I know it is, but I need to confirm, test it before deliver the beautiful yumminess, precious gift. Keep you posted. I'm gonna discard the hooch. You're gonna see how I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna feed it. When I discard the hooch, guys, I use a little bit of container. I don't truly discard it in my sink just in case I do too much. So I try to get just the liquid. When it starts getting a little bit closer to my sourdough started doughy area, I stop. If you leave some, it's okay. It's not gonna bother. It's not gonna damage it. This is my hooch. If I smell it right now, I will promise you it smells like alcohol, beer, kind of soury smell. I hope you can smell it through my camera, but it's impossible. Yep, like I said, it's a little bit soury. It's like beer, alcohol smell. Not too powerful, but I can smell it. Sorry, I'm gonna discard that. I'm very sure I don't want it. I'm going to discard it. Bye-bye. Let me show you. I have different flours here. I have wheat flour, not using that today. I have 00 pizza flour. Obviously, this is a mix. I'm not using that today. I have bread flour. I could use it, but the sourdough that I have been growing for my sister, I had done it with all-purpose flours, and that's what I'm gonna do, all-purpose flour. Let's get it. And I keep this distilled filtered water next to my flours because this is the one I normally use for my feeding. So I have one available. I know it's not tempered. I know nobody have drink from it or nobody have put tap water on it. Because I don't have a lot of sourdough started from the beginning, I'm not gonna use a lot of flour or neither water. So I'll show you my ratio. I'm gonna do 1-to-1 ratio because I'm just trying to grow it slowly. I'm not in a hurry. So let's see. And what I'm trying to do here, guys, is maintain this sourdough starter that I already removed from my original Esperanza or Hope. And I have been feeding it for maybe a month and a half, and I've been discarding stuff. But today I'm not going to discard. I'm going to feed it, wait a couple hours, and bake with it. And guys, I normally see a lot of content about how to do sourdough starter, how to feed it, but guys, sometimes we forget to mention how to maintain it, how to test it, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm keeping the cycle, but I'm gonna test it today. So I don't know if that you're interested on it, but if you're not, just skip the video. But if you are, I hope this helped you. I kind of eyeball measure this content. I will say we have about, I don't know, well, let's do 1/4 in case to be safe, right? 1/4, because we don't want to overfeed it, that it might never grow much and it's gonna be a slow growth. So we do 1/4. I think what we have here is 1/4 of content. So it's gonna be 1/4 of water and 1/4 of flour. Flour, water. Let's see. Remember guys, I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my hacks and tips on how to maintain and keep my sourdough, this one and my other ones, happy and growing. Basic tip is keep your sourdough in this type of jars, and these jars have their lids and the little round cap. So this Ball brand, if you want a wider opening, that's up to you, but these were for me, and also because it's going to be a gift. I think once it's growth, I can transfer it, the clean content in a clean container. The final product, I will transfer it one like similar. Put the lid, I put a big bowl here. Oh, well, this goes here first. Apologies. Something like that. Yeah. First tip, find a good container that works for you. Second tip is name it, because if you have several jars like me, I'll show you. Please don't judge me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have Esperanza, which is my beautiful mother badge down there in the back. As several containers, you want to name it, and I normally name it, and I also, when I finish, original date when I started growing, and when I tested, I put dates here. So is that my sister want to know how active this sourdough starter had been. She has a history from the jar. My third tip is always use filter or distilled water. Never use tap water. Even though tap water sometimes is good, and I have my filtered tap water here, but I don't trust that. I use distilled or purified water. My fourth tip is, and it's easy peasy, do not complicate this feeding. Use a straightforward flour that is very versatile. In my case, I normally like to use all-purpose flour. I have fed my sourdough started with whole wheat, bread flour, and I think rye flour, but I like all-purpose flour. It's very versatile, easy to make, easy to fix, easy to mix, easy to do whatever. So far, those are my 4 main tips, and if you want more tips, you can ask me, put it some comments. I'll give you more tips. Let's do the right thing now. Feed my Jerry sourdough. 4th generation from my Esperanza. As I already told you, I think this is 1/4 of content. We're gonna do 1, 1, 1. So it's 1/4. So I'm gonna do 1/4 of water and 1/4 of all-purpose flour. Let's do it. Do a little bit more. Make sure it's well packed. Okay, put it in my container. Remember, it's 1/4. You see that? 1/4. Okay, now I'm gonna use the same one for water. Let's close this. Okay. This is my 1/4 of water. Let me turn it for you. Okay, let me turn it. 1/4. Let me clean it a little bit. You can see 1/4. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the little container. Bear with me, I don't want to spill it. There you have 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Use 2 tools, easy tools to use. I have it here. It's a chopstick. You will see I use this to mix the content of my sourdough that had been set there in the refrigerator for couple months, and well, a month and a half, and a spatula, which is rubbery, and that rubber is gonna allow me to scrape the side edges or inside walls of my bowl. Show you. Okay, so it's nothing, it's a little bit of hoosh there, but it's not gonna make any difference. So I'm going to kind of mix them, make sure it's properly, it's not solid, it's kind of nicely to be mixed with the water. Okay, now let's put the water. I normally put the water first because I like to have like a very slushy, watery container or matter or dough or starter. Then after the water, I put my all-purpose flour. Let's do it. Okay, remember 1/4 cup of water. Okay, mix, mix, mix. Look at how liquid it is, guys. It's very liquid. Watery liquid. It looks like milk, you see? Okay, now I'm gonna put my all-purpose flour. I'm not kidding, it looks like milkshake. Okay, let's get done this. Okay, this is my all-purpose flour. I'm gonna find a funnel because if not, I'm gonna have a more messy table here. Let me find a funnel. Okay, I got the funnel. Let's do that. This is my 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna put it in there. Whoop, nothing else. Okay, there you go. Now I mix, mix, mix. Pretty soon you're gonna see that I'm gonna use a spatula in a minute. See, start getting a little bit mixed, almost no dry flour around, but it's a little bit lumpy. So I'm gonna continue mixing. I'm continuing mixing and it's a little bit solid, but I like to see that it's running a little bit better, like pancake consistency. And guys, this is something that you will learn with practice. So I'm gonna spike a little bit of this all-purpose flour, but a little bit, because I want to have the pancake consistency. And this is just by practice, guys. Not a science. It's not a special recipe or secret recipe. It's just go by what you like. Look, now it's more like a pancake, and you can see it's, you do this, it will drip a little bit like a pancake, and that's what I call it. This is my perfect point for me, guys. It's not, nothing is perfect here. It's not a scientific experiment. You go by what you learn, and you learn to integrate these tips when you're feeding it. So it's just take practice, make errors, make mistake, fail, so you learn more. Fail fast, so you learn fast. My tip. That is like what I like, what I call it, pancake mix. I come with my spatula. I clean my edges, my inner edges, so I can maybe put my rubber band and mark it to see the growth eventually. Okay, that's what I do, guys. Clean it inside very well, and I'll show you in a minute how it's gonna look. Okay, after I clean and scrape the edges, this is how it's gonna look. You see? You can see. Now I'm gonna put like a little rubber band, or I move this tag, but I'm gonna put a rubber band today. I'll show you. Nothing big. You don't need to buy any rubber band. If you have these plastic or hair ties, they're brand new, and you can just put it in there and mark the top, bottom of your starter, so you can within 1 or 2 hours start measuring the growth. Okay, you see it's not there yet, so let's move it a little bit down. And that's it, guys. That's how I measure it. Still in there, and whenever start growing, you will see the difference between the clean and the sourdough starter mix. Okay, hope you like it. Hope you can see some growth with me in a minute. I'll show you. I'm gonna close it and I'll show you where I'm gonna put it to rest. For now, because it's going to grow, and I'm gonna let it rest for a couple hours, I don't put the lid or the cap. Oh, I'll clean it later. I use some coffee filters and I cap it, leave it like that, and then what I do, I put this like that to kind of make it seal, so we don't have any insect or any extraneous matter going in. And I'm gonna put it in a warm space. My fifth tip, which I was not expecting to give you a fifth tip, I start my oven like 10 minutes ago to keep like a warm environment in my kitchen, and now that it's like for 10 minutes in 350, I'm gonna let it open, and I'm gonna put my sourdough here close to my Ninja, which is next to the oven. I'm gonna put it in there for resting, and resting is mean like 1 or 2 hours until my sourdough grow. Come on, Jari. Yeah, Jari's gonna be there for 1 or 2 hours, and we're gonna come back and measure the grow. Like I said, guys, let me put it in here so you can have a better view. You see, this is where I mix it, and this is where after this line is the expectation to grow. I'll show you in maybe an hour. I'll come back in an hour. Right now I have in my watch, let me see, it's 9:26, so I'll be back in an hour from now to see how much has developed or grown after 1 or 2 hours resting. I'll see you later, Jari, and I'll see you in an hour. Guys, I know I mentioned to you that working with sourdough starter is not a science. It's not, but it is a science per se. You're looking for fermentation. You're looking for that yeast to regrow. That's why I didn't cap or secure the lid. You want to have some air coming in and out so the fermentation process can happen faster. But why I do this, guys, I love baking, and I have found my love for sourdough started. That idea of creating something from water and flour is just so simple, and I just find it so relaxing. So that's why I do it. Okay, guys, it's 11:42, which is almost 2 hours. And something else, after I put Jari to rest, it's growing a little bit, maybe slow. Not a lot of movement in my rubber, but let's see inside. My goodness, look at those bubbles. Yep, it's bubbling. That means pretty soon it's gonna start growing. I'm gonna show you the before bubbles and the after, which is now. I'm gonna insert the picture here in this corner here, and you can see it, okay? So as you're seeing that picture, you can tell that our surface was flat 2 hours ago, and look at these beautiful bubbles. They're getting bigger. Look at that. Okay, let's check on Jari. Ooh, guys, look at how much progress. Almost 40% grow. Ooh, that's good. It's right now it's 1:47. We started at 9:26, so it's about 4 hours and 21 minutes or something like that. So look at how much growth, and look at these big bubbles, and really look at how beautiful it looks. So I will call this a successful feed, and I will wait until later to start baking some bread for dinner. And I hope you enjoy my feeding maintenance section. Very easy peasy. Good luck, everybody, with your bread making. Like I said, guys, good luck with your bread making, and have an amazing experience, and have beautiful memories, and start collecting good tips and share with everybody. Have a good day. Be blessed, everybody. This is Jana and Jari sourdough. Woo! It's growing. Baby's growing.